Alright YouTube, I'm back again, and this time I am going to be giving you a full tutorial on the bunch formation, in which the playbook I'll be using for this one is going to be Seattle. A bunch is in virtually a lot of playbooks and even a bunch offset, but for this one I'll be using the bunch within the Seattle. There's a couple of unique plays that I like from there, and then it offers some other options within there that I may have to use in key scenarios, but you'll see what I'll be doing in this game against another very good competitive player. He does really good within the MCS, and I get to show you the plays that I ran against him to be able to get me the W within this one. So I know that this video is generally very long, but if you do stick to it, you will learn a lot, because there's a lot of key information within certain situations, scenarios, and certain things that you may want to see and learn, so definitely check it out with me. Alright, he scored fairly quickly. That's definitely Madden 22 in a nutshell. Surprise, surprise. So when we get on offense, I'll show you my audibles of what I've run, just so you understand what plays I have ready, lock and loaded, that I'm going to use a lot. Now, the first one that I like to use is going to be the bunch trail. And that one's going to be my favorite just because a lot of people are starting to run cover 2 a lot. And this play is very unique within 2 routes, which is basically going to be that outside receiver on the left is going to be able to go up and then cut straight in. It's going to kill cover 2. And also this tight end route is a very unique one. Now, it's very easy to fix all of this up if you have a quarterback with Hot Route Master, but currently there is not one within Ultimate Team. So having a lot of plays and a lot of routes that are very unique, hard to recreate, it's definitely always good to add it along. Bunch trail is one of my favorite ones just because of those 2 routes, and then also the out route on the slot receiver. Also, this drag is a very unique one as well. You see how it's an option between it, and basically he could run this drag and then just stop right there, which is generally within the numbers or outside that tackle, whichever way that you flip it and run it, or he could just continue on the drag. But most of the time they do stop right there in front of the tackles when they run that drag, which is also a very unique route and you can't recreate. So there's a lot of unique ones within here, but typically I'm going to have this here as my cover 2 beater. The second one, I'm going to switch this base one, and within the Seattle playbook there is a read option. Oops, went right past it. Went right past it again. So within this read option, it's very unique because in Madden, a lot of people like to have the inside stuff, nose tackles, and they do not pop with that against read options. So it's basically an inside zone that you could run that's not going to activate the traits of those inside stuff in the inside zone, nose tackles or ends or whoever is out there. So this is one of my favorite plays just because of an ability that they may have what they want to stop. This play here, it just ignores it, so it goes right past it, and I like to at least have one running play just in case if I need to flip to it. Third play, you could actually leave this clear out if you like. The clear out is a very good play within tight ends right now because tight ends is just absolutely faster than corners. So this is a very good play. You could have this one, but I like to run vertical sometimes. It just depends. For this game, I left it just on clear out for now. But you could also do verticals, which stock verticals in every play is absolutely a killer play. I don't understand how every vertical play works from every formation, but that's just Madden 22 once again. The fourth play, I like to use this tight end hook. Route literally is a very good route, and it's hard to recreate. They kind of bounce outside, go up, and then curl back down. It's absolutely going to be a zone killer unless they place some hooks on a couple of DBs out there, or sometimes they can put the lineman out there on some hook zones, but virtually it's going to kill zones. Also, the slants that goes across from my inside the slot receiver and just goes across the field is absolutely unique as well. Going to make our route technician pop. It's just basically a very good play just to kill a zone, just to be able to read, and I'll show you basically the edits of how I usually do that as well. So oh my goodness. So why do I keep doing that? So I'm so used to the old Maddens where I would have time when I walk up, and which I don't anymore. It just automatically goes to 10 seconds. I virtually hate. So in this time, only really had time to change Hester, in which that was the drag route. I like to make the zig to the outside just in case this man or depending on a zone, is basically a high-low zone, depending on if he's able or not, between my slot receiver, which I got Jamar Chase, and Hester, which go on a very low end to see if they have either hard flats or curl flats, depending on where they're playing and what the yards are at. It's typically a good read. Now, within this play, I didn't be able to set it up in time. I didn't get to read what he likes to do. I like to virtually see how they set up in the beginning, because the beginning is so important. You want to focus on what they're doing, how they set up. There's usually some tells depending if they're playing zone or if they're basically aligning man or running man to be able to rush you from this 3-3-5 wide as well. But typically in Madden, you don't have that time anymore. They got the accelerated clock going straight to 12, 13 seconds. Typically, it doesn't help me out. It's just time to adjust, really. So I didn't have a lot of time, just did one edit. Now, the main thing from this play, he shot straight outside. Typically, a lot of people from bunch like to run the flat route from the tight end, and that's one of my favorite routes from this play, is that the tight end basically goes out for a flat route and cuts right back in. Now, this is an easy read. I did not do my job as a quarterback to stay in the pocket. I am supposed to step up. This 3-3-5 wide blitz, basically when it's contained, you see that outside guy just shoot straight down. The contain gonna run around the running back since I placed him on the block. That's the only time that he does that. So I have to step up in the pocket, in which I did not, in which I have an open tight end, and I tried to get it to him, did not. Possibly could have been a pick as well, but I believe I would have got there. All right, third down, so I decided to run my clear out play. So for this one, how I wanted to set this one up, just because he's been inside the zone, and so I get to really tell exactly what he's doing. These outside streaks are really good because you see how it bounces outside a little bit? They're very unique in doing so, just because if it's man, if you have a faster receiver, or sometimes even speed, the receiver can still win this battle between there. But I'm not really worried about the streaks in this one, because I know the zone that he is in, which is basically like a cover 3. The rules follow a little bit differently within this 3-3-5 wide. Mike blitz is what he's running. So the way that I want to set it up is Kittle's going to be running a very good route, which is going to go over some screens, or basically the curl flats or hard flats, depending on what he's running, and go over it so I can hit the edge back over here. Put Jamar Chase on a hitch right here, which he can be open on the inside, and then I'm running Tomlinson with a Texas route. So basically I can make him decide and see what he wants to do. Now in doing so, he immediately runs, Now, running this play, he immediately decides to run to the running back, which I'm pretty sure the fact of that I moved to the left. Now, a lot of people will read the quarterback in which way that you move. So you can, it's like a tell. When you move with your quarterback, you're usually telling them where you're looking to pass the ball, and so they're usually going to chase that side. Now, I can technically hit R1, but the fact that I didn't send anybody over there to the far right, that curl flat is going to kind of stay there. So I can try to low ball this. I could possibly get it there to the R1 just for a quick read, get the yards, but I want the first down. But then again, I don't want to test out his guy, because the fact that he has an ability, everybody at this level is running acrobat. There is a chance that he can dive and get this ball. He's covering the Texas route, so I want to look at Kittle. That is going to be my open person, since I know that this is zone, but he actually mans him up. Now, he broke across, got free, but Kittle is just a little bit too slow. He got there in time, his acrobat popped and caused me not to catch the ball. Now, we could all say that that's just my luck on that one. I could have caught that. They didn't give it to me on that one. That's Madden. Got to go along to the next play. Decided to go along the stock verticals. Absolutely a killer out of this bunch set, usually the main play. But what I didn't do before is I didn't look at the speeds of his corners against my wide receivers. Now, my Hester, which is going to be my fastest receiver on the team, he is basically match speed with the corner. I want to test this out, and I want to go against it just because of, in Madden 22, offense is so overpowered. I want to test that on a vertical straight, and I want to basically just try it, go straight against it. So I flip play just so I can get him isolated over here. Just in case if he is covered, I could hit R1 or other receivers. Usually a bad idea if I didn't set this up correctly, but the fact that I see the straight and the even speed within there, I definitely want to go for this play and test it out, since I know he's in this Mike Blitz 3. Now you see how he's covering him, he's generally to the outside, and it's not a this route is unique a little bit. You see how the route technically bumps out a little bit towards the corner? Now, what can happen sometimes is when you run it straight up, you're gonna bump into him. Now, he set him on side of hard flat, but you see that little bump? Even if he's covered like an outside third and that bump, the wide receiver generally will win it. So at the same time, he set him on a hard flat. Even if that was an outside third, I still believe that I will win that foot race. So we even the game with this one. All right, I want to run my tight end hook just to see how he plays it. The way that I set this one up is I like to do something a little bit unique. I basically put my running back running on a flat out here, and then this outside receiver a hitch down. The fact that he's been running zone, the thing is, it's basically a 1-2 read between my outside receiver and then my running back running this flat route. So as it goes along, if nobody drops down to cover the running back, then I'm going to throw to Brandon Marshall, in which on these hitch routes, you want to throw low. Always throw low, never throw regular. If you do a regular bullet pass, it can get picked off or he can drop the ball. Throwing a low is going to force him to do it as a conservative catch, and generally it's going to be hard for the defense to make that pick unless they exclusively play that route or it's man. But I don't believe he's going to do man. I know this is going to be zone, so it's just going to be a 1-2 read depending on how it goes. You see, he keeps running up there towards the my outside receiver, so this underneath is definitely open. Even on the right-hand side, R1 could be open, but he is lurking that. He's basically wanting to pull a lineman to have the rush better. So the fact that he's playing low, he's just trying to recover, get back up. R1 is a possibility typically if he wasn't around, but the fact that he is there, that's not something to test, especially since he has Cam Chancellor, 6'3", he's going to pick that off very easily, but this flat route, definitely open. Throw it there. I like to catch and run. Failed me here. I don't know. I don't even have an answer for that one, honestly. So I decided to start this play with the dig return, a very unique play, just because if you see Brandon Marshall's route over here in the left corner, it's pretty good if it's man. I know that he's been running zone, but on this other side, it's even more unique that I wanted to set this up. I usually like to run Kittle. As for basically going up and cutting inside, it's usually very easy to see. Hester with this zig route, this unique, he's gonna go in and then cut back out. But the way that I like to run it is basically put Jamar Chase on the flat route so that he's gonna pull any curl flats, hard flats, anything like that. They're gonna chase him. Hester is gonna act like he's doing a drag and then cut back outside, which is a very easy read to see and a very easy pass to make that can kill a zone within this play. But in the midst of doing this play, I remember that he is still pressing me. I just got a play off to where I did a streak and an easy play. The fact that he is still pressing and is second down, I want to go back to a streak with Hester against that corner. That's something that I noticed and I flipped. Immediately put Hester on a streak. Test this out again. That's what generally happens. He got burned. Now, looking like the safety that he had, he puts him straight outside because he's running way out there. He's not going up. He's running to the right to the sidelines. Makes it a bit better. Bumps his corner. I get even more open. Easy pass play. Easy touchdown. All right, surprise, surprise. He scored again because Madden loves offense and they don't love defense on this game, so he scored. Now, the next play that I like to run, another very popular play, is the flood. The flood is extremely good just because of the flat from the tight end. And you see how these in routes and out routes, well, in routes from Brandon Marshall and the out route from Jamar Chase, my slot receiver, basically are very unique because they're going to rise a little bit above the first down marker. So it's about like a 13, 14 yard cut that they make up there. So it's hard to recreate this one just because of that's what it's naturally set. And it's very unique that it can kill the zone and kill man at the same time. What I like to do with this one is generally with my running back out of here, I like to do this little out route where he goes up and out. This is a lot better in Madden 22 than the flat route where they just run straight out to the left. A lot of the safeties and a lot of the linebackers is placed within there when you place them on curl flats or hard flats. They can run straight out there and cover it immediately within this one. But this little in and out is an absolute killer just because if they still play zone, there's a little window that you could throw this ball and still get it to them for a positive yard gain that they can't get to. It's virtually unguardable. It's very hard to guard this route. Once you probably seen players, or if you start to run it, You'll see how unguardable it is. If it's man, he's going to kill him. If it's zone, you still have a small window to get it to him, or you could either wait it out and sometimes still be open on the outside. But that's what I love within this route, and sometimes it can be the killer against these players because they'll let you get these small ones off, but it can add up over time as well. So easily he rushes in. The safety is running outside and still guarding Brandon Marshall. So easy read. You see it right here from the get-go, and he's not playing it. Even if he wanted to, he cannot get here from where he is within Madden 22. Easy read. Oh, did y'all even see that? You get it to him and immediately stop. Oh my, that's just glitchy. Master that. You're always going to get about 9 yards off this play. That's definitely something you want to learn right there. Ugh. All right, so for this one, I went along to the spacing play, which is generally set up like this one. There's better spacing plays within the other bunch playbooks. I choose this one just because of the Hester and the Jamar Chase route is something unique as for a curl, a small curl that can kill zones, and Kittle run straight to the outside. You see Brandon Marshall's over here. Within the other playbooks, there is a better spacing where he comes a little bit more in rather than as far outside that he is at, but you can still make this play work within the Seattle playbook. Now, what I notice here is I haven't really tried to get to Kittle on a flat route from the bunch set, and that's usually the main killer, and that's what everybody generally guards. I have not even cared to look at it, and that's something that I need to identify now. Now, what he just did, you see how he brought the safety down? He manually moved him. He manually brought him down. So him moving him down there, I like to flip the play just because if they move a player, they're not going to switch. And he also did not switch his corners. So the fact that he didn't flip his play either, I now have the advantage on the left side. Generally, this is a terrible thing to do, to run basically your bunch side on the short side of the field. But in Madden 22, offense is so overpowered that it can technically be even better depending on if they don't have the personnel there. So I definitely see that. Oops. So basically, it's something to basically test out in the run. The fact that he still doesn't flip it, he hits Brandon Marshall, Kittle is open. Flat route, nobody's guarding that. Get it to him. Get a couple of yards. A lot of good players will let you have it. I'm going to take it anyway. Why not? All right, next play I chose is going to be the bench pivot. A very unique route just because of this tight end route. You're going to out, up, and then out again, which is going to be a zone killer. Even sometimes it can kill man as well. But I usually don't like to run it against man. But as for zone, you basically test their limits of what they're at when they have their zone drops on. So Jamar Chase is going to push the defense back, of course. You want to look at Kittle. Hester is going to pull any flats over there to the outside. Brandon Marshall is going to be like your last check down read generally because the user is going to follow right. There's a little small window that you can hit Brandon Marshall. But your main route and what you want to read is going to be your tight end. I also put the running back on that cheesy out route just in case. If anything happens, or depending on if there's nobody out there, I can throw that out there to him easily too. Left side is covered. He's sending a lot of people over there. It looked like he wants to eye the running back. So this tight end route can develop. Give it time. He can't make it. He's not going to make that tight end route. You see this outside guy? Looks like this corner wanted to recover. I got set foot lead, so I can get the ball there fairly quickly. I know that he can't make that. If this is regs, or if you're running with the quarterback that does not have set foot lead, gunslinger, or anything like that to get the ball there faster, you want to keep an eye on that sometimes. Be mindful of that. I know that I can make this pass, so easily going to get there. 3rd and 6. I'm going back to this tight end hook just because of now that I'm really testing out this running back because he's just flat out just leaving it. He doesn't care. So we're going to see and really test it out. So put my running back on this little out route. You can send Hester straight up or put him on the hook, just be able to do the high-low read as well with it just in case to see how it goes, depending on you, how you want to run it. But the main thing I want to look for is this running back. Once again, he's too far. Nobody's following. It looks like that corner is following not Brandon Marshall. Ooh, Devin Hester over here. So easy read, once again, get it to him. Get some yards. If it's 10 yards, take it. Always take it. All right, so my next play is going to be this mesh post. This play is an OG play within the game of Madden. Now, let me give you the play art of what it looks like beforehand. Now, typically, that's what it's going to look like as for its original play. The way you want to edit this one is basically You're going to throw your slot receiver on a hitch is what I like to do, and throw an out route out to the outside receiver. Your main person that you want to look at is your running back on this wheel route, which is a very unique one of how it's going to stay inside of anybody that's on a hard flat or a curl flat. Even sometimes hook zones, if they decide to drop a couple of linebackers or safety in a hook zone, and you can get them in the back of the end zone. If it's a man, you don't want to throw this throw this route. If they are covered in man, do not throw this route no matter what. This is going to be a zone play. You want to run this if they're running zone a lot and they are not covering the running back. And I have not run this play yet, so I don't think he's going to expect it. Now, it's something that you can throw here, but the fact that they're in zone is to keep letting it play out, and you got them in the back of the end zone. Everything else is covered except for the running back. Easy read, easy touchdown. Great play to run, especially in the end zone. All right, we have did the impossible, and we got an interception. It's also 3rd and 16. I kind of got a sack and did a stupid play, but I'm going to go back to the mesh post. But this time, the way to set it up that I did it is the exact same, but I decided to move Hester out, in which is basically like this post route, just in case that it's covered too, and to be able to be more in the middle of the field, but more upward in the field. So moving them out causes it to be a little bit more open in the middle of the field, a little bit farther up, so that the user can't reach it if they're trying to guard other things. So that's also a way to do this play differently in doing so. This time when running it, he runs straight to my running back, so that is canceled. So you got to look straight to the right of the field and make your decision better. Basically, my tight end on a flat, R1 on the hook. So the fact of reading it here is George Kittle is open. Nobody's over there. Nobody's even running over there. So that's definitely a read to make and to see if I can get the first down because he covered my running back. So don't even try to test it. You can. I wouldn't. This guy is good. We're at a high level of play. Don't do something stupid like that after I just got a turnover. And we could easily just get 3 afterwards, but we're still going to try to get the first down. Now, it's crazy in this Madden just because of this guy. He literally is covering both the tight end and R1, but he stuck to R1 in the beginning, thinking that the tight end is going to be open. I throw it to him, letting the play develop. I could have hit R1, my slot receiver, and then try to get this first down. There's a little good in zones, especially of how he just did that, because he just saved a first down happening from doing so. Kittle would have ran over that corner over here. I would have got a first down, possibly could have got a touchdown. But the fact that how he just broke apart from that to go cover it at the perfect time saved this play. J.C. Horn is a monster for that one. All right, after the touchdown saving J.C. Horn, it was like 2 seconds left. I decided to get a field goal. I'm up 3, and at half I get the ball. It's crazy how in this Madden, getting the ball at half, you're in a favor to win the game. There's something basic like that. But I decided to run the clear out play. The alternative way that I set this one up is I basically put my slot on a slant. I feel like the out route from the running back kills this guy, so it's something that I'm going to keep looking for within this game, just because he is kind of messing with him a little bit, just how cheesy that it is. But this is basically just going to be where is he going to go? How is the zone set up? Now, in hindsight, looking at this video, I could have threw it to the tight end. I was burnt out to how it got swatted before from the other guy, catching up there very fast. So it's not something that I tested out. I definitely could have passed it to that tight end. A little bit more upward, I could have got it there. Because that corner way up there covering that wide receiver, he wasn't going to be able to come back down fast enough. I definitely should have threw it up there. Did not. I did the same thing. I did not want to throw the ball away easily. So I just threw it away. Come back the next play. All right, I'm returning back to spacing just because of it's still a zone. I want to get some positive yards just to show I can throw. You can set it up differently with the Texas route from the running back, just depending how it goes. So with the Texas route, it's going to run over Jamar Chase when he goes along with this hitch route on the inside, and Hester going to be on the outside. So this Texas route is going to go over it. Just in case, depends on how he guards it. But in the middle of this play, why am I trying to throw low when I got touchdowns on a straight route with Hester? Go back to this. It's been a while since I ran this play. I am way far back that I have the spacing to be able to do so. Throw this route again. It's second down, why not? It's even speed, but once again, you see how he just lags behind a little bit? just lags behind. Even though it's even speed, he just lags behind just because Madden doesn't love defense in this game. I don't know what defense did to any of the developers, but they don't love it. Got through, straight route worked. Into the next play, back to bench pivot. Jamar Chase straight. We're looking to go on the outside. Now, this is something that was open before. It was open, so I can throw this again because it worked before. It looked like the same defense is set in. Circle is technically open as well, which is probably going to be the better read in this scenario since he's chasing left. I'm not going to test it out just because he could cut back and to get that ball. But I know that he is not going to chase that tight end. This safety is literally looking the other way. This should be an easy pass play, right? He throws it more up rather than out. So they kind of cheated me. I have to go up with aggressive on this one just to make sure that it's not a pick. Oh, that could have been a bad play. All right, I'm going back to the tight end hook on this one. Know that it's been zoned, so it's definitely going to test it out. I want to also throw the high-low with the flat route and the hook route and basically see where the zone goes along. Now, generally, the left side always been covered. Look at the read on the right. Circle is still open. I even could have ran him on a straight route. I could have got a touchdown. That's also open, but I also see him following R1. So my tight end is going to be open because square is starting to go outside. That corner over there is basically playing the outside. X is an easy read as well. So you see how two receivers were open. Depending on where you place your curls, you can get some open players and kill zones within that way. You have to place them right, space them out correctly, and make sure that you make the user follow something that is unique. All right, I'm returning back with the flood play. The alternative way I can set this one up since I'm closer to the end zone is the tight end go in and out. And then on this one, instead of the streak route by Hester, I'm going to put him on a hitch. So the fact that it's here in the end zone, it doesn't really make sense for him to run straight up just to push the defense back. They can be that way. I just want to get some positive yards and to see and read exactly where he's going to go. So you see how I followed left a little bit? This guy has always been reading me. Move left, make him follow the tight end. I got circle open. Hester wide open, get the first down. But I also don't want to get hit. It's also good sometimes just to drop straight down. Double tap square, fall down, don't get hit, especially by Cam Chancellor. Cam Chancellor will make you fumble in this game very easily, so don't get hit stick, just fall straight down. I came out in spacing, but I didn't want to do spacing. I wanted to do the return dig play, so I basically recreated it myself. Put the slot receiver on the flat route out there, put Brandon Marshall on the zig, and then I throw my tight end on a drag route in this scenario, just to recreate that play. Now the main thing of what I want to look for is Brandon Marshall. I added the Texas route just to make him either follow the drag or the Texas route. Users love anything right there in the middle of the field. It's like a distraction just to look for Brandon Marshall on the zig. You throw the outside receiver on whatever, it doesn't matter. You see, he's going to follow one of those two. Brandon Marshall, all this open field. He did not set a hook zone. If he did, he sent him way far back. So easy read, get the touchdown. He's not going to tackle him. That's Brandon Marshall. All right, so you've seen the plays that I set up. This is at the end of the fourth. Defensive stop for 4th and 4. Very rare in Madden. If you can, it's great to applaud it. This is how I basically won the game, and he basically stops from here. So I couldn't show you more from bunch within this gameplay. I wish I could. Some can say that he got cheated out of this one. Now, I feel like I followed him, but Madden doesn't love defense. I kind of got hit and bumped right here, which is crazy. Like, why is this even an animation? Not even next to him like that. I also took a bad angle in following Brandon Marshall. I thought it was going to be an out route. He decided to go in. So I try to recover best that I can. Try to click on Ed Reed to get this ball. Not Ed Reed, my bad. I'll try to get my corner to try to force a swat. It gave me Ed Reed. Swapping on the players is terrible in this Madden. But we got to him before the animation completed. I felt like I did a good job defensively. He may feel differently. A lot of people feel differently. But end up winning the game off of here. So this is definitely part 1. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed it, learned something from it, got something from it. And I will definitely be back more because people play defense differently. So there will be different aspects and plays to run, and you virtually didn't see me run some alternative ways that I may have wanted you guys to see. So if you liked it, please give it a like and a subscribe, tell a friend about it, or come see me on Twitch as well. I'll be back with more gameplay, guys. Thank you very much.